Welcome back. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. Welcome His Excellency President Bola Tinubu, GCFR. That's what's covering like half of the page, or more than half, safe. Now, Eid, President seek prayers for troops battling terrorists. Tinubu defends legacy road projects. Funding will be adequate. Army backs early voting bill. Automatic ticket in APC will consolidate democracy, says MPF. Tributes flow for Jibril Aminu. What stories do we have in The Nation?
I have the tributes for the former minister, Jibril Aminu. So our President Bola Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, governors and other distinguished Nigerians yesterday paid tributes to a former education minister, Professor Jibril Aminu. He died in Abuja at the age of 85. The president praised the elder statesman and academic icon who brought erudition and brilliance to statecraft throughout a distinguished life of service to Nigeria. The president, they said he personally penned this tribute. He expressed deep sorrow over the passing of Professor Aminu at the age of 85, describing him as a respected academic and political leader whose contributions to both the intellectual and public service spheres of Nigeria remain indelible. Professor Aminu straddled his profession and politics exceptionally, bringing erudition, brilliance to statecraft. He earned many laurels for his grit, hard work, and expertise, and left remarkable imprints in the sands of time. Professor of cardiology and one of Nigeria's most celebrated medical professionals. The late Professor Aminu's career cut across medicine, academia, diplomacy, and high public office, just for time. And then they went further to give us his bio and all that he did, the offices that he held, and the achievements and awards that he received throughout the course of his life. I just remember being in school, and you know, when we would do the ministers of the Professor Jibril Aminu was a name that seemed to reoccur. I think every other year or administration, yes, really. He had different offices, and what a way, you know, to have lived your life. And you know, sorry, one last thing. I just like how the president's tribute talked about hard work, great. He didn't talk about money. He didn't talk about, you know, there's so many things that are so material that sometimes we forget. His houses. In the end, he didn't talk about his houses, his cars. He talked about his grit, his hard work, and the impact he made in on his country. So, may so rest in peace.
Which other stories?
So for Eid, President seeks prayers for troops battling terrorists. In his message today, our President Bola Tinubu, yesterday, he urged Nigerians to pray for troops that are battling bandits and terrorists in the northeast and northwest. And he said we should continue to pray for the frontline officers who risk their lives for the protection of common man. And as Muslims are celebrating the Eid al-Kabir today, the president is saying that while they celebrate, they should remember those on the front line and continually pray for them. He also congratulated the Muslim faithfuls, and he's saying, let us pray for our leaders. They need the prayers. Leaders at all levels, all around our country. And also let us pray for peace in the world. And also he just said that he's praying for, people should pray for God's guidance and blessings in our country. So generally it's the message for everyone. Praying for peace, protection of the frontline fighters, and also that we'll have a saner world in Nigeria and world over.
I took a bit of that story. So he's also talked about the economy. He said he's laying a good foundation for the economy, that though it's difficult, but the decisions they are taking was necessary to foster growth and development. And he said his reforms have already started yielding dividends, but there are better days ahead. Just talked a bit more about what the administrations have been doing so far.
Still on what the president is doing, I have the story. You know, it's still media analysis. So the president is in the news and will be over the next few days talking about his achievements. So this time he's talking about he was defending the legacy road project.
Okay.
And then he highlighted that the funding will be adequate. He said most people don't understand what he's trying to do. This was at the flag off of the Lagos-Calabar highway, where they said they have completed the first 30 kilometers. One surveyor went to the place and said that he felt the president was going to drive through the road and see what has been done, because he's measuring it. He said he never reached 30 kilometers. Say, President, let us inform you what they've done has not reached 30 kilometers. But the president said that is part of the funding will be adequate. People are assuming that they don't know what they're doing. He said that that most people cannot grasp, that the critics fail to grasp the methodological structure of the project, suggesting that they are complaining about the cost and should be prepared that the cost, they already know the cost will be factored into the toll fees, and it is done section by section, and that they're not giving the contract at once to one company, that they will be unable to verify if the company actually did what they are meant to do, but that they are awarding it phase by phase and ensuring that each phase is done before they award the next phase. Then he mentioned another 10 kilometers that they've done between the Sokoto-Badagry highway. You know the way we have Lagos to Calabar, there is Sokoto to Badagry that will be cutting across across Kebbi, Niger, Kwara, Oyo, Ogun, and then Lagos. And that is a very important highway that was envisioned 50 years ago under President Shehu Shagari, but is being brought back under the renewed hope agenda, that they've already done 10 kilometers of that road as well. So they have major legacy
Imagine when they
projects.
turn that to a real line.
It will be
The speed
sweet.
of connecting the countries.
Yes. So let's move on now to the Punch. Salah Tinubu promises economic rebound, urges prayers for soldiers. IG moves to secure Eid prayers as governors. Atiku others greet Muslims. Gridlock worsens. Trump's new bill may slash Nigeria's $21 billion remittances. USSD war, telcos oppose airtime charges for bank transfers. We'll do a story and do a short break. Who's ready to go?
Trump's new bill may slash Nigeria's $21 billion remittance. They say Nigerians' foreign exchange earnings from diaspora remittances may suffer a major blow following the passage of a new bill in the United States that seeks to impose a 3.5% tax on money transfers sent by non-citizens to recipients abroad. The provision is contained in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, a sweeping legislative package by the U.S. President Donald Trump and recently passed by the U.S. House of Reps. So if it's enacted into law, the remittance tax will apply to all international money transfers made by individuals who are not U.S. citizens, including green card holders and temporary visa recipients. The tax is expected to be deducted at the point of transaction by banks and remittance platforms and remitted to the U.S. Treasury on a quarterly basis with no exemption threshold. The tax will affect even the smallest of transfers and could significantly alter the behavior of senders. Nigeria is one of the top recipients of remittances globally and is expected to be among the hardest hit. According to the central bank, personal remittances to the country reached $20.93 billion in 2024. in 2024, making it the highest level in 5 years and a critical component of Nigeria's balance of payments. They said that figure rose to 8.9% year on year. The CBN, the Center for Global Development, ranked Nigeria among the top 10 countries most exposed to the proposed tax alongside Mexico, India, China, and the Philippines. There's something here I want to, because there's a lot of information, but we have here, according to the Agosto Diaspora Remittance Industry Report, Africa received an estimated $94.8 billion in diaspora remittances in 2023, with Egypt and Nigeria being the primary recipients, accounting for nearly half of the continent's inflows. And so with this new big, beautiful bill, which I'm still finding it hard to accept that is a real name for a bill.
With Trump, anything is possible.
Yes, that, we would see how this would impact. This would impact us heavily. So it may mean
according to them,
less people sending or finding undocumented ways to send it, you know, or just...
We'll be fine. This is Nigeria. We will
survive.
always survive. Let's take a breather here. When we come back, we'll continue the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.